Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we're working on for you tonight. A killing on St. Thomas. A murder suspect is caught on St. Croix, and the debutantes give back. Details on these stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a fight turned deadly over the weekend on St. Thomas. News Channel 8's Lee Carl reports.
21-year-old man was arrested early Sunday morning on charges he killed another man at Tutu Park Mall late Saturday night. 21-year-old man was arrested early Sunday morning on charges he killed another man at Tutu Park Mall late Saturday night. Kareem Victoria, State Charlotte Amalia, arrested Sunday, charged with manslaughter. According to police, he choked another man to death close to the mall. 11:30 Saturday. It wasn't in the mall, it was outside. Police spokesman Melody Range couldn't provide the name or the age of the victim at this time. The details of the incident also are kind of sketchy. The two men apparently got into an argument which escalated into a fight, according to police blotter reports on official call. The police dispatchers to the police arrived at the scene. The victim had poor vital signs. Victoria told police he was holding the victim until they arrived, said the victim passed out. Emergency medical technicians arrived on the scene and pronounced the victim dead. Further information, including the severity of the charge, was not available. Victoria's arrest record did not indicate whether he was arrested on charges of voluntary manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter. According to the VI code, involuntary manslaughter or voluntary manslaughter is killing someone without malice aforethought during a sudden quarrel and argument. Involuntary manslaughter, killing someone without malice aforethought while committing a misdemeanor or carelessly doing something legal. Voluntary manslaughter carries a much steeper penalty. According to the code, someone convicted of voluntary manslaughter would spend up to 10 years in prison. Involuntary manslaughter carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. The situation is under investigation, and Victoria was advised of his rights in court today. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Lee, reporting from St. Thomas. And in other news, police on St. Croix have arrested the suspect in the JFK murder that happened the night before Judge DeRamo's body was discovered. There's still much speculation in the community that the potential witness could have been killed in a conspiracy. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
A 19-year-old man has now been charged with homicide. Standing across the street here in Golden Rock, JFK housing community, where Akeem Sean Williams from JFK was taken into custody. You're looking at his picture now. And that was at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, as Akeem was charged with first-degree murder in connection with the April 26th shooting death of 25-year-old Jamal Andrews in a JFK housing community, that where they both lived. Now, this latest killing that happened in JFK on April 26th has been a matter of controversy and concern with the rumors that that victim, that 25-year-old, was a possible witness at the JFK shooting death, that involving police officer Jeffrey Brown, that high-profile case that deceased Judge DeRamo, Francis DeRamo, was supposed to hear. A lot of speculation in the community that perhaps the judge's death could have been tied in to this young man's homicide that happened there. But then we are assured by Vincent Frazier, the United States Virgin Island Attorney General, that all witnesses in the JFK murder trial that happened here with Jeffrey Brown as a suspect, that all witnesses are accounted for and protected by the Department of Justice and the Attorney General's office. Meanwhile, I could tell you this after talking to Police Chief Oakland Benta of St. Croix Police Department, that they had at least 9 search warrants in the areas of Harborview, LBJ, and finally here at JFK Housing Community. Also confiscated was a firearm and also ammunition. Also taken into custody is 23-year-old Al Ahad Barbel. He was charged with possession of a weapon. We also want to tell you that 5 out of 7 of the homicide arrests have come forward in St. Croix. There's 2 homicide arrests that have not been counted for, and one of those involved a taxi bus driver that took the life of a would-be robber. Remember that. That is still into Attorney General's hands. So there you have it. Again, is arrested then is a young 19-year-old Akeem Sean Williams, and he was 18, believe it or not, at the time of April 26 when he allegedly shot down 25-year-old Jamal Andrews. And again, that's allegedly, and he was killed here just the night before they found Judge Francis DeRamo's body. At JFK Housing Community, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And a fight over liquor could have been the reason why a man is recovering from a stab wound. News Channel 8's Wes Small tells us why.
Standing here at Times Square, and also right in front of the brand new motorcycles that the VIPD got, about 10 of them. Also, they got some scooters, we understand, and also a trailer and some ATVs, all-terrain vehicles, that to help fight crime. And now a brief look at your crime blotter. It was kind of quiet over the weekend. I already mentioned to you that a homicide suspect was picked up at JFK Housing Community. I want to tell you about a male who was apparently stabbed in his chest, that in the area of Fort Christiansted. Details are sketchy, kind of unofficial, but here's what we believe happened. He was drunk, apparently, and apparently we have a few vagrants that have been sleeping, homeless people, if you will, in and around the Christiansted Fort area, and they've been having some altercations in the past, perhaps fighting over their rum and their liquor. And about Saturday night, we believe that a man was stabbed in his chest, but he was so intoxicated he really didn't know where he was stabbed. He finally did get a hold of 911 at about 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, we believe. And again, details are sketchy. And he was taken by a pickup truck to Juan Louis Hospital, where we believe that he is listed in stable condition. VIPD, they are looking at that, the fact that a few vagrants have been in the Christiansted area and getting into some altercations that leads to violence and thievery late at night and so forth. Other than that, that's it for the Crime Blotter. I also want to remind you that this is National Police Week. And so we will be observing our fallen police heroes and comrades of the past. I'll look forward to dealing with Melody Rames on that issue later on in the week. But remember that our men and women in blue, they do lay down their lives for you and I, and they do help keep us safe. Remember that it's National Police Week. So with that, that is a brief look at your crime blotter. I'm Wes Small in Times Square for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And an update on that report. The man was apparently stabbed at 5 a.m. this morning and taken to Juan F. Louis Hospital later on in the afternoon. Then we'll be right back with more news after the break. Stay with us on News Channel 8.